Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
All right, coming at you with episode 19. It's a great day. It was a great race last night in Dallas, Supercross.
Yes,
I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Hey, what's going on, Adam? What's going on, man? What a great opener, huh, for these East Coast.
Oh, dude, they were going for it from the start. They were just wide open, and it seemed like they were way aggressive, way more aggressive than the West Coast guys. What'd you think?
Yeah, those 6 weeks definitely had these guys, urging for some racing and some taking outs, and definitely to put up a great show. What a race!
Yeah, they were all just going for it, like just right from the start. It was just insane. It was electric. I said it was going to be good, didn't I? I did.
Yeah.
And it was.
We definitely jinxed some guys though, or I feel like I did. But,
I forced you into picking some people, and they both got hurt. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll jump right into that, dude. It was cool. I liked it a lot. The track was nice and short, and there was a lot of laps put into them.
Yeah, I kind of thought. I was just gonna say, I kind of thought it was the same as the one Anaheim race, where it was kind of easy and everyone was pretty much doing the same thing. And because I was just looking at their lap times, like in practice, and we're just gonna do the 250 show today, and we will do the 450 show tomorrow. We want to split that up for you guys, but like looking at the lap times, they were all so close the entire day. Like Martin Davalos, his best time was 49.4, and then all the way back to 10th place, it was like 50.8. So they were all running really close to each other. So it was like anybody could win, and everybody was definitely going for it.
Yeah, it was a nice show. I enjoyed it a lot for sure. It definitely gets me pumped up for this coming up race, the local race here in Tampa. So
yes, that's right. This weekend in Tampa, we will be there. Make sure you follow us at MXSX Podcast on Instagram and Snapchat, and we'll keep you updated on that. Let you know what we're up to. Also, gonna have some new videos coming out for our Instagram. It's just taking a little bit. Still had a little bit of technical problems, but I think we're good now. So
there's some good content coming up for the Instagram. So make sure you guys are checking it out. And we want to also thank Louis Cortez from the Monster Army for taking over our Snapchat this weekend. He did a pretty good job, huh?
Yeah, he got some cool little shots there. So he does BMX for the pre-show kind of thing, right? Like race day.
He does like the Triple Crown for the Monster Army, outside in the pit party, and he did us the huge favor of taking over, and he did a fantastic job. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, so go follow him. We posted about him on our Instagram, so you can find him from there. And he is someone who used to ride at your track back in the day.
Yeah, that's how we got to know this kid. He used to come out to the track, the quick track. A bunch of you guys that have been listening to us from the beginning. We used to run a motocross track right here in Florida, and that's how we know a lot of people. But yeah, he used to come out with his dad, and his dad used to have like a little like Italian place over in like Winter Haven or something like that, and it was really, really, really good, man.
It sounds pretty good right now.
He had like Philly cheesesteaks and like wings and like just really, like, I don't know, it was really good.
Nice. That doesn't really sound very Italian though.
No, yeah, when I said Italian, I meant you're like up north and stuff. Just food like that.
Dude, you know who else used to ride at your track?
Who that?
James Ducatis.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember seeing him out there for when you had the Gold Cup. Is that, or no, Winter Am?
Either or, yeah.
Yeah, or I'm probably both, but I was I remember seeing him out there, so that was really good to see him do awesome this week.
Yeah.
Should we just jump right into this like 250 Heat 1?
Yeah, dude, there was a couple of changes, before we jump into Heat 1. I wanted to touch up on the track. The track looked like so good at the beginning. I don't know if you saw that. Like it was so smooth. It was cool. And I don't know if you guys saw, but on the LCQ they added an extra minute to make the LCQ a little bit more competitive, and I think it worked out. So
yeah, I'm always down. I'm always down for those longer, more racing time is awesome.
Yeah, for a little evolution and stuff. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It was cool. But yeah, Heat number 1, man. What's up? What you got?
Well, actually, since you were talking about like the track and stuff, I was just gonna say the stadium is just so sick there, and just like the lighting and everything. Like whenever you compare it to the previous rounds, even just like if you took a screenshot from each race on TV. Just the lighting in Dallas is so just like pro and stuff. It's just lit up so much better. It just looks sick. And the color of that dirt and everything, and just how it wasn't as dry as it usually gets. It was just so perfect.
Yeah, it was definitely a good, like a cool view, a cool like view to the stadium. Just like the whole picture was just awesome. It was very neat to see that. An interesting fact that I heard over the weekend is it was one of the biggest scenarios for to set up this Supercross tracks, and it was one of the smallest races. That's kind of interesting, right? One of the smallest tracks.
Yeah, definitely. Like with the lap time, like being like 49 seconds, like that's really short.
I just find that weird. Why wouldn't you take advantage of the whole space?
Yeah, it definitely seemed very fast track. Yeah, it wasn't really as technical as like Phoenix was or anything. So it was still cool though. I enjoyed it. I think for like those first races, they kind of just give everybody, they want to make it easy and just so everyone can go out there and like.
Yeah, kind of like you were saying, like A1 type situation.
Yeah. And everyone can just go out there and just kill each other. And that's kind of what happened in Heat 1. That is kind of exactly how it started.
Exactly. Let's jump into Heat 1. Dude, Crazy.
Dude, Faulkner got the whole shot. And then Hampshire slammed him twice in that second turn because it kind of had that little like 90 degrees to the left, and then it had like a quick like 180 to the right, and then Hampshire hit him on the way in and then hit him again on the way out, pretty much.
Definitely, yeah. Hampshire did not come out to play nice. He came out hard. He came out hot. And trying to show Faulkner a little bit of respect, or to making sure that he knew that he was there. But Faulkner was not taking it from him,
dude,
for sure.
No one came to play nice, and that's just instant beef right there between them two.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome to see that play out. And
yeah, Faulkner definitely came out hot, and after he made that pass on Hampshire, he just kind of checked out and dominated.
Yeah, well, they had some pretty good battles. Like, it wasn't just like he just passed him and boom, he was gone. They fought it out there for a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, they bumped Bars a little bit, and he just kind of let him go. Hampshire just kind of fell back a little bit.
Yeah, and I know we talked about Dakotas. I think it's Dakotas.
Dakotas. Let's do it with Dakotas.
Yeah. He was like fifth fastest in practice, and he was working his way right up there too. He wasn't holding back at all. Got around John Ames, who had a really good start, and Zach Williams also right up there. We saw your boy Anthony Rodriguez.
Yeah, he made that pass right at the end, right there for the last spot. That was pretty awesome and unfortunate at the same time.
Well, yeah, that was on John Ames right there. He just got in there, gave him a little bump right off the track, and then what happened next, like, blew my mind.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy, and something that they should consider for next races with inverted straightaway.
Yeah, so Rodriguez gets right before the finish line in that corner.
Yeah,
little bowl turn right on the other side of the start straight. He bumps John Ames off the track. He goes over the berm and then has like a head-on collision with that.
Chaz Braden.
Yeah, what's his name?
Chaz Braden.
Yeah, Chaz Braden. They had like a head-on collision right there, and all the 250 Heat 2 guys are just sitting there on the gate, just with a front row view of the whole thing.
Because it was on the straightaway from the start. It was a start from the straightaway, so you're just coming opposite way after the race, like after the race starts. So
it was
insane. Just like it's like right in front of them.
I can't believe they didn't show a replay of that. We're gonna have a video of this on our Instagram for sure. And
we definitely have to look for one. I was looking for it. I have a little update on that if you wanna know on the situation.
Yeah, I do want to know because it was scary. John Ames was like pinned between those two bikes, and it was actually Braden on the ground. He was kind of like rolling around. He looked really hurt. He was able to get up and race later on, but Ames was like pinned between the two bikes. Like he was moving. He didn't look like he was hurt that bad, but it took a while for them to cart him off the track. So I'm guessing he was hurt pretty bad.
Sure. It was a scary situation.
So what happened?
Overall, he says on his Braden said on his Instagram, he said that he made it out with a bum knee. He says, "Well, I made it through the night alive. Took a straight head-on hit in my heat race. Fourth gear pinned, pretty much wide open."
Jeez.
With another rider. This other rider is Mr. John Ames. So,
is there any update on him?
On John Ames, not really. It just says he took a big hit on the heat race crash, and they took him out obviously with the Alpine Star Mule. It says he might have a broken lower leg.
Oh, is that what they're saying? Broken leg, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked on Racer X. I looked on his Instagram. I don't think I saw anything on there about like what happened, even like what part of his body. But yeah, I was worried because he was up there moving his upper part of his body. But then just how long it took to get him off the track, I was like, I don't know, maybe something that's like really, like maybe like spine injury or something. I had no idea. So we'll have to keep an eye open for those updates on that.
Thankfully, it doesn't sound too bad. Everybody's all right. But the pass, I thought it was clean. By Anthony Rodriguez, I thought it was clean, and it was racing. Just unfortunate that happened. Just bad timing, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean it was for that final spot, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Rodriguez ended up getting 9th. Faulkner won the race. Ferrandis, who I said was going to do good, he got 2nd. And I was, starting to think, all right, it's going to be a really good night for me. It didn't really turn out that way. My fantasy did really good, and we'll get into that later. But Jimmy Dakotas, whatever you want to call him.
Jimmy Dakotas.
Jimmy, he got 3rd. Colt Nichols got 4th, RJ Hampshire all the way back there 5th, and then Renzland 6th, Josh Osby 7th, and Brandon
Hartranft. Yeah, he's a rookie. That's a mouthful right there. He's a rookie. He did pretty well for his first time, and then like we just mentioned earlier, Anthony Rodriguez with a 9th spot.
Dude, you know what's messed up? So I'm like typing all these notes in my computer, and like I type in these names like Faulkner, Ferrandis, Dakotas, Renzland, like all these things, and they all have the freaking little red line under it, and my computer like does not spell them. And then I get to Hartranft, and it's just like, oh nope, that one's good. I'm like, what the hell? I can't even say it, and the other ones seem like they're I just thought that was messed up. I was like, I can't even say it, and the computer's like, nope, that one's good. All right.
Nope, you're good on that one.
That's all the motocross riders though. They all got really weird names. Like if you put all of them in, just like all their names in, it's messed up. There's some really complex names here we can't even say. But it was a crazy race. It was a really good start to the East Coast.
Yeah, definitely a good start for this East Coast, this new series for the 250 guys. Well, after the whole Alpine Star medical team got everything cleaned up, we got the heat number 2, which it had your reigning champ Zach Osborne in it.
The 1E.
The 1E.
Who you picked to win the night, Davalos. So you were probably pretty pumped after that first race, watching him jump out to that hole shot like that.
Yeah, he looked really good in his on his heat race. You know, he had a great whole shot, like you just said. He had and then he just kind of checked out after a clean start. You know.
Yeah, and that first turn, coming through the first turn, it was Davalos, Cantrell, Smith, Martin, and then Osborne all the way back there in 9th, and Peters was all the way back there in 12th. So both of them put on a really strong race too, and came back to qualify.
Yeah,
Osborne.
and not even like on the last spot. They came back and qualified mid pack. That's great. That's
Osborne
good.
got 2nd and Peters got 6th. So
Yeah,
dude, Osborne was riding. Osborne was riding crazy. It seemed like it's almost like there was like a freaking like kill switch on his throttle, that if he let off the throttle, then like a bomb would go off and everyone would die, because he was just riding with that passion. Like everyone was gonna die if he let off.
He looked great, dude. He looked good. He looked great. He had great rhythm. He looked aggressive, in control. He looked really good for sure. Dude,
I thought there were some points though where he kind of looked like a wild man, just holding it wide open and just kind of praying for the best at some points. And I'm like, ooh, it's he's definitely so fast. He looks like he's like, if he can ride at this pace all year and not wreck or get hurt, like he's gonna kill everyone. He's gonna dominate.
Oh, for sure.
Like even
he's the favorite. You know, he's the favorite to win this whole thing again. And he showed last night what a number one should be doing. You know, he's gonna keep that red plate into the second round. So that's awesome. He looked like you said, he looked crazy, but like in control. Like he was always in control. And I like that a lot. Even though Davalos won that race or that heat race, Osborne looked really good.
Yeah, and Ricky kept saying he's riding 110%, and yeah, I can't disagree with that at all. He was definitely giving everything he had into every single section, every turn. So that was cool, and I think he'll dominate this year. Like I said, if he can stay healthy. But
yeah, I cannot agree more with you for sure. He if he stays healthy, watch out because he looks really, really good. So like we just mentioned, Martin Davalos taking the heat race. And that putting the Kawasaki boys on top of the steps for the heat races.
That's right.
It was good. It was definitely promising to this point. It looked really good. Like it was gonna be a great night for sure.
Yep. Jordan Smith. We already got Davalos, Osborne. Jordan Smith got 3rd. Jeremy Martin got 4th. Cameron McAdoo, one of those Geico riders, right there at 5th. Kyle Peters, like we said, 6th. Sean Cantrell. He was up there. He fell a little back to 7th. Still had a good night. Cody Van Buskirk.
Van Buskirk, okay.
Yeah, Cody Van Buskirk. He got 8th on the 570. Nick Gaines getting that last position, 9th. And then Jacob Williamson. He's a arena cross guy. I had him on my fantasy. And he missed it by 1 for the heat, and he was really fast in practice and stuff. So I'm like, I was pretty confident, and that was until the LCQ. So what do you say we jump into that?
Yeah. I wanna point out that the rookies did pretty well too. You know, they there was a bunch of them like Sean Cantrell and the one that we just mentioned, and the heat number 1. Looking really good. So good.
Yeah. Is Sean a rookie? I feel like I've seen his name before. He might have done like maybe 1 or 2 or something at least. I don't know. But yeah, let's jump into this LCQ because this is where stuff really started to get crazy for the 250s. And we saw Shaw, and that is what's his name? Shaw. Lane Shaw. That is Lane Shaw. He's from Texas, from Alvin, Texas. He was. Yeah. He got the whole shot and he looked pretty good. Pretty much the entire race until there was a couple laps left, and that's where things just started to fall apart for him. He looked fast, but Williamson. he was working his way up. I think he was up to 6, and maybe, and then he tried to put on a pretty aggressive pass early in the race on Alves, and they both crashed. So I was like, crap, there goes my fantasy. And I'll tell you what, I dominated fantasy this week. And if he would have made that main, I don't even care if he got dead last in the main, but if he would have just made that main, I think I would have won this week. But
he took himself out pretty bad, and with Williamson, that's what you said, right?
Yeah, Williamson and Alves, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks because Shaw was racing a home race, so he was really looking forward to making it to that main.
Well, Shaw had his own problems because he was running really good, and then he made that mistake right before the whoops, and then he got off the side of the track, and then I'll tell you what I think. I think once he got off to the side of those whoops, he was trying. It was like he's trying to gain an advantage. He wasn't just trying to get back on safely. He was trying to not lose his spot because people are passing him at the same time. But
and it's an LCQ too.
Yeah, so he's ripping, laying down just a strip of rubber. You can follow his exact paths, and then he's trying to cut back on. His front end washes out on that slippery ass concrete.
Right before he fell down, I said he's about to kill himself, and he just went, whoa.
Dude, every time no one really survives the concrete. I think it was
Only
Barsha or someone. But he survived the wood. We saw that. That was wood down there. The concrete, that's a whole different game. But he tried to cut in, and he just went face first into the dirt. It looks so freaking painful, man.
That was bad. That was really bad for him.
The bike sparking, and there's just a light show there coming from the bike.
Yeah, whenever they showed the replay, you can see that he tried to like use that front brake, maybe like out of just being used to do it to stop or to brake with the bike using that front brake, and he just washes out. Bloop.
Yeah, this one's gonna end up on our Instagram too, and it was also a really close call for that cameraman. Like when you watch it frame by frame, that his back tire, it looks like it hits the cameraman. It looks like it hits him, but it might actually just graze his like pant leg or something. It was so freaking close. So we're gonna put that up. You're gonna watch it like 100 times because there's so many different things to look at during that whole 10-second ordeal. But he's there like slouched over and stuff, and then like Emig comes on and says, "Now that's the agony of defeat," and I'm just like, dude, that's the agony of his fucking brain, like mush in his skull. Like his face went into that thing so hard. Like, yeah, it was definitely the agony, for sure.
Thankfully, or luckily for Lorenzo Locurcio, who ended up taking the LCQ win, another rider from Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
He thankfully those two guys went down. And it helped him play into battle. He went in 4th place. He ended up making the pass all the way to 1st. So he did a really good race.
That's
for sure.
right. Represent and staying on it. I see on here he's from, you said Venezuela, but it looks like he's living in Claremont now. So out there with a bunch of guys. So hopefully we'll see him do the same thing this weekend in Tampa.
For sure.
All right, let's jump ahead into this main event. And the first East Coast main event of the 2018 season. And
Crazy.
The craziest start ever. Oh my gosh, they were going so fast into that turn. The gate drops, they're ripping down the start, going so fast into the turn. Nobody lets off. And we see Martin Davalos just go flying from the inside all the way to the outside, taking out people with him.
He gets stabbed by Jordan Smith.
Yeah, Jordan Smith, I think he started that whole thing.
He did. Jordan Smith kind of tapped Davalos, and then Davalos just kind of went flying, making everyone pretty much get stuck on that pile up. It was pretty bad. I mean, I'm glad everybody came out, unhurt.
The other Venezuelan boy was in there too. Anthony Rodriguez ran
Anthony
over.
Rodriguez was in there. Cameron McAdoo was in there. Like we just mentioned, Jordan Smith. Lorenzo Lacurcio was in there. The LCQ winner. Davalos, as we just said. Dude, so many riders got caught up on that mess. Nick Gaines. So many riders got caught up.
Anthony Rodriguez ran over like Martin's head. Like,
yes, I saw that
his head
too. That
went
was
right
scary.
there. Yeah. Do we have
Scary
any
moment.
update on Martin Davalos?
No, there was nothing really there. Maybe for the next podcast, we'll have something up, but I didn't see anything for him.
I can tell you what he said
all.
on Instagram. Here's what he said. He
Go ahead.
said, "Honestly, last night was so insane. I'm thankful and blessed I was able to walk away from that nasty crash. My thoughts are, if you get beat to the first turn and everybody is braking to make the turn, that means you gotta fucking brake, man. It's that simple." He had like little symbols in there, but I'm filling in the blanks there. It's that simple. It just makes racing so much more dangerous when shit like that happens, especially when you get hit from behind and you're not expecting it. I'm so bummed. I felt great all day and was riding to my full potential, which is true. He did. He won practice in that first heat.
Yeah, very unfortunate night for sure. Very unfortunate night for Davalos. This is his last chance to win a championship. So on a 250 class, and
dude, sounds like there's some beef there too. Some more instant beef. So we already got some beef in the crock pot right now. We got Davalos and Smith, and then some more beef that happened in this main event, which we'll get to with Jeremy Martin and. Holy crap, that was Jordan Smith too. He's going to have beef with everyone.
Yeah, it was Jordan Smith with Martin, and then also Faulkner with Hampshire from the heat race, and good stuff.
And now Davalos with Smith. So Smith's going to have a little target on his back going into Tampa this week. But we saw Cantrell and Tennant and Short, Pennington, Osborne up there. That was kind of how they started off. We saw McAdoo go down with Peters right there in that turn. We didn't really see it happen, but they kind of cut to it while they're getting up. We saw Osborne. Osborne actually fell this race, which blows my mind because he freaking just dominated. He was just, like we said, he was riding 110%. He might have been riding like 100,000%. I don't even know. He was just going
He takes out Faulkner at some point. He's the one that takes him out.
Yeah, he does. There was a lot of contact passes that we saw this week. People, like, they probably could have made like a clean pass, but instead they're just like, you got to get in there and just hit the front tire. Like, see ya, bro. See ya. He worked his way up. Like we said, he was 6th off the start, and then he fell. So he'd work his way up. He fell, get back up. Worked his way all the way back up. Jordan Smith had a nice little crash in the whoops, except he landed right there on those tough blocks. So
yeah, he got really lucky there too.
Yeah. So what an eventful day for Jordan Smith. Very eventful.
I like like you were saying, Osborne looked really good. He looked smooth. He made his way all the way to the top of the race, to get the win. He gets to keep the red plate for next week, and I think that's what everyone was expecting. This is what a number one should be doing from the beginning of the season, representing that he's the champ. And also, like you mentioned, Smith and Martin getting close. It's going to be interesting for this coming week, man.
Dude, it's going to be so interesting. There was some really cool gear that I liked that I was going to talk about real quick. And it was Josh Osby. And he was on one of those KTM riders on, crap, I don't have the team right here. But he had this, I think it's Answer gear. It was like a maroon and a gray, and it just looks so fly. I thought it was...
I did not see that. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. I feel like I should put a post together with all the different gear that I like. You know the lit kit that Nap does. I don't know if it's a pulse thing or if a pulp thing or if he just does it, but I just feel like every winner they pick, it's like definitely like the people they even choose for like their top 5 or whatever. I feel like even the best gear is never even in the top 5. Like there's so many other gears I would put in there, but this week that was some sick gear. It was like maroon and gray. It was just dope. So
I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, and then last week, of course, there was all the badass gear with the military stuff. But yeah, I am really excited for Tampa this week. We will be there live in person.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys are following us on our Snapchat, MXSX Podcast. Also on Instagram, MXSX Podcast. Also on Twitter, on Facebook, on the web.
Yeah, and remember to on this Friday, we will be raffling off our Flow Vision goggles to someone who left a nice review on our iTunes. So it's not too late to do that. Remember, it does take like a day for it to post. So make sure you do it after it posts. Send us a picture of your review. You can send it to mxssxpodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram it and give us your address. We'll give you some stickers for participating, and one winner will get these awesome goggles. So don't miss out.
They are pretty awesome, man.
Your chances are pretty good. So let's put it that way.
For sure.
Way better than a lottery ticket or something, of course. But do you have any overall thoughts of the night? We saw Osborne get first, Colt Nichols kind of surprising right there in second. He said he wasn't even sure he was going to race a couple weeks ago. He just booked his ticket. He's
I know,
coming
and then
off
he just kind of comes up and
injury.
gets second.
Yeah. Jimmy Dakotas, third place, his first podium right there.
After 50 starts. That's crazy.
Yeah, RJ Hampshire, fourth place, obviously good, but not as good as he can do. Coming in.
He was leading the race for a little bit, and he looked good, but then I guess he just fell under pressure.
Yeah, that's when I was pumped because I had RJ Hampshire on my fantasy team, and he was an underdog, so I would have got double for that, but I still did really good with him. And then I had Jeremy Martin on there, and I had Jordan Smith. I did have Jordan Smith. So I had those three, and of course Williamson, who didn't even make the main, so he didn't get me any points. But those three alone did super good for me. So maybe that's someone for you guys to look at next week if you didn't choose them. But I am, 12th in the points, so I'm working my way back up.
All right. Well, you're still there. That's good. That's good news, I guess, for us.
That's right. And yeah, I'm just pumped, man. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, man. Just make sure you guys are following us on our Instagram, and make sure you're tuning in for our Snapchat this weekend, maybe even our Facebook Live. We're gonna have a lot of great, content, and that's it. I'll see you guys for the next podcast about the 450, and I'm out.
Peace.